Dealerships across the country are panicking right now as pickup truck inventory reaches catastrophic levels. According to the latest 2026 CarEdge inventory data, thousands of overpriced trucks are rotting on lots because buyers refuse to pay luxury car prices for vehicles hiding massive mechanical flaws. Let's get into it. Number 10, 2025 to 2026 Chevrolet Colorado. GM redesigned their mid-size truck, but they packed it with buggy software that leaves drivers stranded. The new Colorado runs on GM's Global B electrical architecture, and it is an absolute nightmare. The system suffers from constant parasitic battery drains because the Accessory Protocol Interface Module, or APIM, refuses to go to sleep when the truck is turned off. Over-the-air updates are routinely bricking the infotainment system, locking you out of basic climate controls. And honestly, mid-size trucks are supposed to be the affordable alternative, but GM pushed the pricing into full-size territory. With interest rates high, buyers are walking away from a mid-sized truck that needs a software reboot just to turn on the AC. 110 days of market day supply, over 12,000 units sitting on lots, average selling price $48,200. Number 9, 2024 Nissan Titan. Nissan officially killed the Titan, but the leftover inventory is still haunting dealership lots. The 5.6-liter Endurance V8 is notorious for cylinder number 7 scoring. The piston rings fail to seal, causing massive internal oil consumption and a loud lower-end engine knock. Add in the outdated 9-speed Jatco automatic transmission that hesitates between gears, and you have a powertrain that feels a decade old. Look, nobody wants to buy a dead platform. Nissan discontinued the Titan because they couldn't compete with the big three, but dealers are still sitting on brand new 2024 models. The depreciation on these is going to be brutal the second you drive it off the lot. 125 days of market day supply, over 8,500 units sitting on lots, average selling price $56,400. Number 8, 2025 to 2026 GMC Sierra 1500. It's dressed up like a luxury vehicle, but the V8 engine has a fatal flaw waiting to destroy your camshaft. If you get the 6.2-liter L87 V8, you're dealing with GM's dynamic fuel management system. The locking pin inside the DFM lifters shears off under stress, causing the lifter to collapse. When that happens, the lifter wipes out the camshaft lobe, sending metal shavings through the entire engine block. It's a catastrophic failure requiring a complete engine rebuild. But here's the kicker. GMC markets the Sierra Denali to wealthy contractors, but reliability is dropping fast. Buyers are getting smart and avoiding the 6.2-liter engines, leaving dealers stuck with the highest priced trims on their lots. 130 days of market day supply, over 35,000 units sitting on lots, average selling price $72,500. Number 7, 2025 to 2026 Toyota Tundra. Toyota's reputation for indestructible trucks died the day they dropped the V8 for a twin-turbo V6. The V35A-FTS 3.5-liter twin-turbo engine is a packaging nightmare. The electronic wastegates on the turbochargers are failing prematurely. Because of how tight the engine bay is, technicians literally have to pull the entire cab off the frame just to replace a simple wastegate actuator. And that's if you avoid the main bearing failures that plagued the 2022 to 2024 models. Here's the thing, Toyota lost the trust of their most loyal buyers. Tundra owners want simplicity, not European-style complexity. Now, buyers are refusing to upgrade to the new generation, choosing to rebuild their old trucks instead. 135 days of market day supply, over 28,000 units sitting on lots, average selling price $61,300. Number 6, 2025 to 2026 Ford F-150. America's best-selling truck is piling up because the transmission simply cannot figure out what gear it wants to be in. The 10R80 10-speed automatic transmission has a massive design flaw with the CDF cylinder drum. The internal bushing slips out of place, blocking fluid pressure. This causes violent whiplash-inducing shifts, especially between gears 3 and 5. Combine that with the infamous cam phaser rattle on the 3.5-liter EcoBoost at cold start, and you are looking at thousands of dollars in out-of-warranty repairs. Ford has been raising prices aggressively while leading the industry in recalls. Fleet buyers manufacturers are holding off on massive orders right now, leaving retail dealerships choking on inventory. 142 days of market day supply, over 95,000 units sitting on lots, average selling price $64,800. Real quick, if you're finding this useful, hit that like button. It helps us keep exposing the truth behind the dealership curtains without relying on corporate fluff. Okay, let's keep going. Number 5, 2025 to 2026 Ram 2500 Heavy Duty. It has a legendary Cummins diesel, but the transmission attached to it is a ticking time bomb. The 6.8 RFE 6-speed automatic transmission cannot handle the torque output of the 6.7-liter Cummins under heavy towing. The overdrive clutches burn up rapidly, leaving you stranded on the highway with a 10,000-pound trailer. There is also the fatal intake heater grid bolt issue. A tiny bolt inside the heater grid degrades, snaps off, and gets sucked directly into cylinder number 6, destroying the engine instantly. Heavy-duty trucks are tools, but Ram priced them like luxury yachts. Contractors simply aren't spending $85,000 on work trucks in this economy. 155 days of market day supply, over 42,000 units sitting on lots, average selling price $81,200. Number 4, 2025 to 2026 Ford F-150 Lightning. Ford bet the farm on the electric truck revolution, and they lost spectacularly. The high-voltage battery modules are suffering from premature cell degradation, drastically reducing the real-world range. But the bigger issue is the Sync 4A software. The APIM module fails constantly, leaving the massive center screen completely black. Since Ford routed the climate controls through that screen, a software glitch means you can't turn on the heat in the middle of winter. The EV truck market completely crashed. Mainstream truck buyers have range anxiety, and Ford is practically begging people to buy these with massive factory rebates, but nobody is biting. 165 days of market day supply, over 18,000 units sitting on lots, average selling price $71,500. Number 3, 2025 to 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Chevy put a 4-cylinder engine in a 5,000-pound full-size truck, and buyers are outright rejecting it. GM's new base engine is the 2.7-liter TurboMax 4-cylinder. Under the heavy load of moving a full-size truck, the timing chain stretches prematurely, throwing camshaft position codes and putting the engine into limp mode. The turbocharger also runs extremely hot, leading to cracked exhaust manifolds. Look, truck guys want V8S. When they look at the window sticker and see a 4-cylinder engine for over 50 grand, they walk right off the lot. GM miscalculated the market, and now these TurboMax models are stacking up. 172 days of market day supply, over 85,000 units sitting on lots. Average selling price $54,900. Number 2, 2025 to 2026 Jeep Gladiator. It's a Wrangler with a truck bed, but it inherits all the worst mechanical flaws of the Jeep lineup. The 3.6-liter Pentaster V6 engine suffers from catastrophic oil filter housing leaks. The plastic housing warps from engine heat and dumps quarts of oil all over the top of the engine block. Additionally, the rocker arm needle bearings fail early, creating a loud ticking noise that eventually wipes out the camshaft lobes. Stellantis is in an absolute inventory crisis. They overpriced the Gladiator by at least $15,000. It doesn't have the payload of a real truck, and buyers are finally realizing it's a novelty vehicle, not a daily driver. 185 days of market day supply, over 22,000 units sitting on lots, average selling price $58,300. Number 1, 2025 to 2026 Ram 1500. Ram made the boldest move in the industry by killing the Hemi 5.8, and it completely backfired. The replacement engine is the 3.0-liter Hurricane Twin Turbo Inline 6. It's a brand new, unproven platform. Early models are already experiencing significant blow-by and oil consumption issues because the high boost pressure is pushing oil past the piston rings. The electrical system is also heavily reliant on a new mild hybrid setup that leaves trucks dead in the driveway. And honestly, Ram alienated their entire core demographic. Buyers do not want to beta test a high-strung twin-turbo engine. Combine unproven tech with top trims nearing 6 figures, and you have the most rejected truck in America. 204 days of market day supply, over 65,000 units sitting on lots. Average selling price $68,700. Automakers got greedy with pricing while simultaneously introducing highly complex powertrains that mechanics hate, and the inventory numbers prove the market is fighting back. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. What truck are you driving right now? I'll see you in the next one.